was like, oh my gosh, we're adopting a child. And my dad goes, huh, we already did. She's right there. Cuckoo, it's Kennedy. Obviously, I'm in a different location than usual. I am in my kitchen, mainly because I'm currently completely redoing my room. It currently looks like a tornado went through it and I have no place in there to film right now. So I had to get creative and I'm in the kitchen. Quite a few of you have been asking that I do another Q&A, which is fitting because I haven't done one in a few months. So I asked you guys to send me some questions that you wanted me to answer. So here I am about to answer your questions. At Awake Before Dawn asked, what's the thing you've had the most fun doing when you didn't expect it to be fun? 10, 11 years ago, I competed in a scholarship pageant in Los Angeles. At the time, I was still living back in New York, so we had to come out here just for that. And my family from France was coming to support me. There were about 8 of us, I think, so it would have been pretty pricey to fly. We get to the train station in New York, and it turns out they did not properly take down our reservations. We were not in the system, and they gave us the wrong time, so the train had already left. They had to be in LA by a certain day to start rehearsal and everything. So my aunt came up with the idea of taking the Greyhound bus to LA. This deserves a whole other story time video in and of itself. In a nutshell, it was a little worse than we expected it to be, but it also ended up being fun because we were just the whole family together for 4 days, stuck on buses with odd people. KP Hine asked, what's your favorite candy bar or sweet, and what is your favorite adulting task? I don't necessarily have a favorite candy bar, but my favorite candy in general is a European candy called Dragibus. My favorite sweet in general, I would say, is probably, I don't know, like any cake or cookie type of thing. And what is your favorite adulting task? I am really lucky to be able to do what I love and what I'm passionate about for a living, so I think that's my favorite adulting task. For those of you who are new to this channel or who don't know me too well, I'm an actor and a television host, and that is what I do for work. So I consider myself really lucky in that sense. But other than work, I guess, I don't know, ironing. Sumikhan _ asked, what are your favorite TV shows and movies at the moment? So, 2 of my favorite movies that have been my favorite movies for a while are Pulp Fiction and a movie called To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything. I love drag culture, and this is about drag queens. And then my favorite TV shows at the moment. I'm currently watching RuPaul's Drag Race, surprise. And what else? I'm a sucker for all of the Real Housewives and pretty much anything on Bravo. Those are definitely my guilty pleasures. I also just finished watching a series called Unreal, which is a show on Lifetime, essentially about what really goes on when they film, you know, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. SleepyX Panda asked, can you draw? Not to save my life. Non _ Toxnic asked, what's your favorite Vine? Oh, okay. I don't necessarily have one favorite in particular, but one of my all-time favorites is the Vine of this kid saying LeBron James over and over again.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
And then there's another Vine that I love that I feel like doesn't make much sense, but I love it. It's called Kicked Too Much.
Zach, stop. Zach, stop. You're gonna get in trouble. Zach.
Rizzo1227 asked, what were your favorite cartoons growing up? My all-time favorite cartoon growing up was Rugrats. I loved Rugrats so much. I liked Hey Arnold, Courage the Cowardly Dog, even though that show did and still does kind of scare me a little bit. Samurai Jack was good, Scooby-Doo, Johnny Bravo. Fleur Therese asked, when did your parents tell you that you were adopted and how did you react? So I talked about this a little bit before in one of my adoption videos, but my parents told me that I was adopted when I was 10 years old, which is actually when I was legally adopted. I was shook. I was really shook when my parents told me. My parents told me they had to sit me down and tell me something, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're adopting a child. And my dad goes, huh, we already did. She's right there. And I started crying because I didn't know how to react. I wasn't angry or sad or upset. I think I was just confused. And I mean, I got over it really quickly. I'm fine. It didn't really change anything. Hoda Shaw asks, who or what inspired you to start YouTube? Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you guys don't know this, but as I kind of explained earlier, I host, and I've been hosting since I was 11, 12, so I've been covering red carpet events and interviewing celebrities and doing that for a long time. My first few YouTube videos were just videos of me interviewing celebrities like Mary J. Blige and Tyson Beckford and Naomi Campbell and just people like that. And then I started React about 6 years ago, and I think that was when I started to learn more about YouTube culture and YouTubers, and that's when I started to be inspired by people on YouTube, specifically obviously the Fine Brothers, because I was around them all the time. And I started out watching people like iJustine and, you know, Shane Dawson and Timothy DeLaGhetto. That wraps up my Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to be notified every time I post, which is every Thursday, and I am being consistent now, click on the notification bell. Bye.